What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Labrynth. Actually, not the regular Labrynth, the furniture cards. We're talking about Labrynth with the copy of Simultaneous Equation Cannon here. Going to be shuffling some cards back, trying to nuke the whole entire board. And then on the right side, we have Memento, operated by us. We're going to be seeing the Memento player start going first. We're going to be seeing a Mulch Army being hit. That's going to be kind of impactful against this deck. You know, you can summon a lot of times from the hand, but you can play around it with these spells, including a copy of Bone Party. So we're going to see a Bone Party going to be activated here. This will allow us to destroy maybe a normal summon that we would have had in the hand to be able to summon from the deck. So we're going to be seeing ourselves destroy a copy of Darkblade, indeed, to be searching for or summoning out a copy of the Angel Witch. So stopping essentially them getting that +1 off the Mulch Army. A lot of times you can actually see like a Sleepy being summoned as well. I'm just getting that like infinity pluses here. At this point, I don't exactly know what he's playing. I just know he's playing a Mulch Army, which means he's most likely playing a going second deck, which could be either Tempai or maybe even this Labrynth deck here. So we're going to see the effect of the Angel Witch being able to search, and we have to summon out the copy of the Tachi no Shigu. So unfortunately, we do have to give them a 1 draw, but we activate the effect, sending the copy of the Gatic as well as the copy of the Sleepy here. So we really don't want to summon out the Sleepy because we don't want them to give them the effect, draw another card here. And then on that we go Gatic, Chainlink 1, and then we're going to go Chainlink 2, Fusion Spell. And that's going to summon the copy of the Twin. We're going to be seeing the Gatic summon itself out. And then we're going to activate the Twin as well as the Gatic effect. Going to be able to destroy the Gatic to be able to add 2. Now we don't want to summon with the Horn Dragon nor the Goblin, even though we have not normal summons. We want to make sure that they do not get any draws here. So we're going to add back the copy of, I think it was the spell that lets us the Bone Party. We're then going to see the field spell or the fusion spell, destroy the copy of Twin, summon the copy of Sleepy, and then that's going to let us also add the fusion spell to the hand. We're then going to be activating the effect of Sleepy to fusion summon here because it was reborn off the Twin Dragon, going up into the copy of the big guy here. The big guy is going to be able to dump 3 here, being itself the level 10 and then either the trap to let us get access to that. Now in this matchup, it could be really good if we are playing against like Tempai there, but chances are we're going to be losing anyways with that. So we want to be setting up like different interactional pops. So we're going to be sending the Angel Witch instead, and then we're going to be seeing the fusion search for the spell. We're then going to be activating or it doesn't activate. We're going to be resolving the effect of the big guy, putting back 5 to summon itself out. And we're just going to set 3 cards here and pass. We already have the trap in the hand, and we have the both spells to be able to resolve. What's really cool about this is that you can actually bring out the copy of Anguish with the big guy here, as well as, you know, we do have numerous layers of popping here with the monster, and then having the Trihorn in the hand, which can summon itself out. If we pop itself, like if we pop the fusion with itself, then the field spell can then be able to summon back out as well, or summon from the hand, summon out the Horn Dragon. Then we can activate the effect of the fusion spell, fusioning off into the copy of Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon can destroy the Horn Dragon, which can then search for 2, and then we can see the effect of the Horn Dragon activate targeting, and then be able to destroy the Twin Dragon, which can then summon out another copy of a card. So we have like multiple different layers here of interaction, which is very nice. We're going to be seeing a duality, and then we're going to be able to add. And that's kind of, they added a copy of a Floodgate here. So that kind of lets us know what they are playing. We already see 2 sets. 3 hits. We don't have to really do anything until the end phase. We can actually just start popping. Now, we don't want to pop like we don't want to pop in the end phase because we can't activate the fusion spell here. So we're gonna go Bone Party. That's gonna be discarding the copy of the Horn Dragon, or not the Horn Dragon, but the Goblin. To summon out the copy of Anduich. And now, unfortunately, we can't send out the Horn Dragon because we did search it the last turn. But we can go for a copy of Anguish. We also have the Dark Blade that can also discard and destroy one as well. So we're going to be able to layer a bunch of different ways. But we're going to be searching for a copy of the Sleepy off that Anguish. Then we're going to summon out the copy of Sleepy here. Now we're going to activate the fusion effect to pop the 3, leaving the big guy on the field. This will trigger the field spell as well as the copy of Sleepy. Like this one we could summon out the copy of Hornwitch or even the copy of Darkblade if we want to here. Because Darkblade can we don't want to send the Horn Dragon here, so we're just going to go for Fusion instead, putting back 2 for Twin. And then Twin's going to activate the effect destroying itself. To add 2. And then Sleepy's going to be summoned off the Twin. They're just going to pass turn there. We definitely should have discarded the Horn Dragon to send that card to the graveyard. There's no reason not to. And we do have the normal in the hand, which we can normal summon with the Dark Blade, activate the effect, sending the copy of the Horn Dragon to send the trap. Like, there's zero reason not to do that last turn. But they're just going to scoop it up. It was Rivalry. Now, I think that if they would have put the Rivalry prior, it probably would have been pretty decent against us there. I'm pretty sure it was Rivalry. If it was Gozen, we'd be cooked. I definitely just feel like that was most likely the option. Now, we would have kept the Dark Blade, and then we just would have done the exact same thing anyways. And that would have left them on only 2 cards, I believe. We could then just summon out the copy of the big guy, and that's just enough for game right there, because it is 18, so 18 plus 18, 36, plus 5 is exactly 36, or is 86 there. So you would have had game regardless, but definitely a misplay, especially if we were discarding the Horn Dragon and for the second one. We might as well do it in the first place just to make sure that they have nothing else. I did that in the main phase, their main phase, so I guess they could have also set other cards as well. But, you know, activating the fusion spell, kind of just like we wanted to get more resources than we could, or than we needed there. But diving on to game 2, we are going to be seeing the Labrynth deck choosing to go first here. Now we can see a duality and then potentially putting a 5 to their putting 5 to their back row there, which can be really impactful. If they get, we haven't seen any simultaneous equation cans. Like at this point, we know they could just be playing like regular Labrynth and they're just bricking on stuff. But the duality is extremely weird. Like the only time we see duality is with these simultaneous equation cannons in the deck. But we also saw a copy of Ice Dragon's Prison as well. We're going to be seeing the Heavenly Prison going to be activating there, making it so that we cannot destroy their cards, face down cards in the back row here. We also see them set 3 cards and then pass. We're going to then activate the Tachi no Shigu, summon itself out. And the Earth Naked on this. So they might have like an interaction with that one card. We're then going to activate the effects of destroying itself, dumping the copy of Mace, the Goblin, as well as the copy of Sleepy. So we most likely already had the Gatic in the hand. But we're going to normal summon out the Anduich, activate its effects, search for Horn Dragon most likely here. Or the Sleepy, okay. A lot of players are not on double Sleepy. I definitely still think it's a really good card. I love this card. But we're going to be seeing here the copy of Fiendsmith going to be activating, letting us search for a copy of Track. That's going to summon out the copy of the Labeled Fury, or I keep saying Labeled Fury, but it's Fabled Lurie. I don't know why I keep getting the mistake. We're going up to a Requiem. Requiem's going to activate its effects, letting us go into an Engraver here. And we can't start with this because we want to be able to activate the effect of the Tachi no Shigu. So having to do this secondly, and we're not worried about Nibiru. The only card we're really worried about is the copy of a Simultaneous Equation Cannon, and I guess a copy of Ice Dragon Prison. But other than that, like, there's not really much that they can do. They are going to target the Engraver here with that. We're going to activate the Engraver. They're going to be chaining the Engraver. They're going to banish both the level 6 and the Engraver there. So we have gotten rid of one trap. That's kind of like the point of the Fiendsmith stuff, making essentially the bluff to our opponent. We don't need these to resolve. But we do activate the fusion spell, putting back to let us go into the big guy. Now we can't pop his stuff because he has the Heavenly Prison. Once the Heavenly Prison hits the field, we then can start going into the popping, which is quite nice for us. So we're going to be dumping the big guy, the trap, as well as another copy of itself from the extra deck. Which we can then banish to search for the field spell here. So now whenever one of our cards are destroyed, we will be able to summon back out, which we think we have the Gatic in the hand. So we're going to see the effect of the Witch destroying itself to summon out the copy of Goblin, and then we're going to be seeing the field spell activate the effects, summoning out the Gatic. Gatic then add back. Goblin then has the effect that I can actually destroy the copy of the Gatic to send 2 more cards here. Now there is a chance we don't actually send the Gatic at this point because we want to be able to send it later or the next turn with the copy of the Fusion. But if we send it now, it's going to reborn itself back out, which we're going to be seeing here. We're going to be sending the copy of Darkblade and the Tachi no Shigu, just so we have more names in the graveyard, and we don't activate the Gatic effect, unfortunately, here, because we forget we're going to be chaining a copy of Sleepy here. Definitely a misplay, but I think we'll still be able to bring it back later. We're going to be seeing Twin Dragon being summoned. Twin Dragon is going to activate the effect, destroying itself. Search for a copy of Horn Dragon alongside copy of Darkblade here, because we want to start slowly popping their back row when we do get rid of that Heavenly Prison. We are going to be seeing the Horn Dragon summon out. Now we are like, oh, I didn't summon out the copy of Sleepy. That's going to be doesn't really hurt the deck. It's just kind of unfortunate that we didn't, because of the fact that we want to be able to just have next turn we can send. Like, we'd have another body on the field, essentially, is all. And when you are playing against Labrynth, bodies are really impactful. So we're going to summon with a copy of Sleepy here. And then we are going to go Horn Dragon effect, summon itself out. And, like, if we're playing correctly, I think that if you just start, like, now SP is really good, but if you start just going for like random stuff like Cross Sheep and then leaving a copy of the Darkblade in the graveyard, you can actually start going like multiple times Darkblading in your opponent's turn, our turn, etc. But we are going to go up into the copy of the big guy, and then we're going to be seeing the Cross Sheep going to activate its effects, bringing back the copy of Sleepy, which we've done many times now. That Gatic is still in the graveyard. We're going to see attempt to go battle phase. They're going to chain the copy of Traptrix here. This will definitely set the copy of the Equation Cannon. And we have to read this card because this card is absolutely nutty. So it says, banish one fusion monster and 2 XYZ with the same rank from your extra deck, with combined levels equal to the total levels of both players' hands and on field. Then you can apply this effect. Return 2 of your banished monsters from your extra deck, 1 XYZ and 1 fusion, whose combined level and rank equal the combined level of 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Then banish all cards they control. So, what's really cool is that it doesn't do anything for cost. So you can, well, I guess that's not really cool. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything for cost. But what's also really cool is you don't have to actually return one of the monsters that you banished this turn off the Equation Cannon. It just has to be 2 monsters, 1 XYZ and 1 fusion. So if you're playing like a copy like Runic and you actually, which they do play, which they can like protect their board with Hugin, they have a level 2 in the graveyard, which already are in the banish zone, which they can return here. So we are thinking on this, we can chain our monster to kind of stop and pop the stuff. Now, if we do pop our entire board, leaving just a Sleepy, chances are they're not going to have like a 2 and a 1, because there's not going to be enough cards in the hand. So like we see, they have 2 cards in the hand. They have 3 cards, including the Equation Cannon, or I guess 3 cards on their field, and we have 3 cards as well as 9 cards. So now we know that there's 9 cards in the hand, or in total in play here. So they have to send a 3, a 3, and a 3, or a 4. I guess they can't really. It has to be 3, 3, and 3, or it has to be like a 5, a 2, and a 2. So no matter what, we know they can't resolve the secondary effect of Simultaneous Equation Cannon, because they don't have, obviously a 5 and a 2 that equals the level of Sleepy, and we can't send 3, 3, and 3 and then return 2 to equal a level 3. So we kind of play through that, and it's going to also allow us to not get our whole board nuked, which is important. We're going to be seeing the summon out of the Heavenly now, and then Heavenly will be able to set a card. And now we can start popping their back row. Now, I'm not exactly sure what they set. I also don't know if we have access to the big guy once again here, but we can go up into a copy of SP and banish. Now, I think they set a big welcome, if I do recall, because they do want to have access to their big welcome stuff here. So they read the big guy. Now, we could go into the SP banish the back row, summon out the copy of the big guy, attack into it, because we have Gothic, Angel Witch. So we're going to see SP. SP is going to be banishing the big welcome here. Kind of force them into having another copy. Like, obviously, if they want to set that, they're going to want to resolve it. They need to have access to their big welcomes. They need to have access to having engine, needing something like a lovely or a lady to be able to start resetting the copies of Simultaneous Equation Cannon, or just getting, multiple traps when they start activating another one. So we're going to be seeing just a pass turn with the Memento City going to be setting a card. They're going to go battle phase. Heavenly is going to attack into the copy of SP, which means we are surviving this turn. Now, I didn't think we were going to get OTKing, but we don't really care about the SP, to be honest. We just want to get rid of the stuff. And they have a Traptrix here, which can give us access to another big welcome, because they are playing 3 of it. But it looks like we're thinking, I honestly don't know which one you'd probably want to set, but we do set a big welcome here. And they're going to activate the big welcome, and we see a lovely summon from the hand, which can bounce back the copy of the Heavenly, letting us potentially set more cards, and then being able to prevent those from being popped as well. Unfortunately, with the field spell, we can't let It has to be a level, so we can't just like summon back out the copy of Anguish. Unfortunately, SP Knight does not have a level there, which would definitely be nice. But they're going to pop from our hand, popping a copy of Lightning Storm here, which is quite nice. Then dealing some damage as well. They're going to activate the effect of Heavenly in the main phase 2. And they're going to be able to set with the copy of Lovely, setting a copy of the Ice Dragon's Prison here. Definitely a good card, especially in the grind game. We do have a fusion spell to activate to let us put back. You know, we have lots of cards to dodge the Ice Dragon's Prison as well here, this being one of them. But this twin's going to most likely be going in, letting us like pop some stuff here. But we're going to put back the big guy and Sleepy. We just kind of want to make sure that they can't banish or take our Ice Dragon. I guess they can't even summon it out off that guy. So, looking back, I was putting back the big guy because I was afraid they would be able to take it with Ice Dragon's Prison. Looking back, they can't even summon it out because it has to be somewhat its own effect. So that definitely was a misplay. It says must be special summon, I believe. Yeah, must be special summon from your hand or graveyard by shuffling. So definitely a misplay from us. We could have put back a different monster there. But we're going to be summoning the Twin. Twin Dragon's going to pop itself, search for a copy of the big guy alongside Shinoko. And then we're going to be seeing it's bringing out the copy of the Anguish, as well as the field spell, bringing out the copy of Gatic. And then we're going to be able to add back the copy of the fusion spell with the copy of Gatic, letting us play once again through that copy of Ice Dragon's Prison. And then the Witch is going to be able to search us for any card in our deck, essentially. Searching us for the copy of the Horn Dragon there, which most likely will be helping us get game. So we see another set, and that's just going to be a pass from them. We know Ice Dragon's Prison, and they do have a Rivalry of the Warlords here. Now, we can chain the Fusion spell to dodge this, because we can go into a Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon is destroying itself. Then we're going to be seeing the Twin Dragon activate its effects. They could chain Ice Dragon's Prison and banish itself alongside the copy of the guy, but that's just going to make it so that we have an open field regardless here. They could just banish the Twin in the graveyard. And we say, they say, well, what do you know in hand? We show them all the cards they know in hand. And Twin, remember, Twin does not have to destroy a card that you control. It can be a Memento in the hand. So we're going to get a Search 2 regardless here. So we're going to let it go through, because they definitely need to, if they do that, essentially it's going to be a game. They're going to lose the game right there, because we can just summon out the copy of Darkblade immediately and then destroy the copy of Rivalry. They're already going to be using their trap, and they have to summon out the Heavenly there. So at that point, we can just summon out the copy of Horn Dragon, and then pop it with the field spell or with the fusion spell in the graveyard, destroying their 2 cards, and essentially just going to be getting game from that. But they do chain Big Welcome to it, which is going to let us destroy a copy of the Tachi no Shigu in the hand, and that's going to let us search for 2 other cards, while also keeping the Ice Dragon Prison live, because that's probably the best time they can actually destroy something. But they are going to read the field spell. And they do pop the field spell here with the copy of Lady, or Lovely. We're then going to normal summon the Darkblade, activating the effects and the copy of Mace, getting rid of that copy of the Rivalry. Now we can summon with the Horn Dragon, because we do have lots of cards in the graveyard with different names. It has to be 3. And what's really important about the about destroying that field spell is that we can't get multiple resources back. That's going to be like getting us so many resources here. We're going to go up into a copy of the Sleepy, summoning out the copy of Twin, and now we're just going to go right into the copy of the big guy. It does not start a chain. They could have chained the Ice Dragon's Prison prior, but it's not going to make that much of a difference here. We're going to go battle phase and attack into it with the big boy here. Twin Dragons can activate the effect, and they're going to chain the copy of Ice Dragon's Prison. But unfortunately, we also have the copy of the big guy here, which can activate effects to summon out another body. So we're summon the body at the target, and then they can activate the effect to summon itself out. But we can also activate the effect of the fusion to destroy the monsters that already have attacked. So going to be destroying the twin alongside itself to destroy those two. And then we're going to see Twin Dragons can activate its effect, summoning the copy of Tachi no Shigu. And then we're going to be able to attack, Horn Dragons can attack, and then that's going to be able to attack. Most likely for game here, regardless if it is game, they are still on 0 cards, and we will be able to make essentially anything. If they have a monster effect, we'll be able to pop it. And if they start setting their cards, we'll be able to pop it later as well, unless it starts activating. The only chance they could have drawn there if it wasn't game was Simultaneous Equation Cannon. But we can still start playing around it by popping our cards themselves, which we saw earlier. Regardless, hope you've been watching the video. I wanted to be showcasing off a really weird deck. Now, he did brick with the Lovely in hand the second game as well, not seeing any of the other stuff. But I thought you guys would enjoy watching a different deck than normal Snake Eye and Nick Fiendsmith combo cards. Regardless, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Stay safe. Peace.